Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? So today we'll be making some cap corsets, and these are my fabrics and materials I will be needing. Okay, so I have this for my tool. Yes, and I have my main fabric and the liner. I also have a covered bra caps. I have a tutorial on that, so please do well to check that out. The link will be in the descriptive box. So today we'll be making a cap corset. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please make sure you do that. Hit on the like button and let's go ahead with this tutorial. All right, so I have my pattern drafted, which is already available on the channel, so make sure you check that out before you come and check this one out. So I have finished cutting my pieces, and as tradition demands, I'm just matching my pieces together, and I'm going to be sewing this. Okay, so I'm going to sew my lining, and I'm going to do the same thing for my main fabric. So right now I am just holding them down with just a single face pin. Okay, so after holding the back panels down, I'm going to go ahead and then join that by the allowance I left. Okay, so I left 3/4 inches allowance on all my sides, so I'm just going to do that by joining my panels together. So I'm done with the back panel and I'm joining the front panels. Okay, I have a detailed tutorial on how to join your corset, how to assemble your corset, so make sure you check that out if you haven't watched that yet. So I'm done here. You can see all my panels joined together. Okay, so I have this, and now the next thing is to create a top stitch closer to the stitch area. Okay, so at this point, go ahead and create your boning channels. Okay, so I have already done that to my lining, and I have joined my bra cap, my bra lining as well. So the next thing is to go ahead to the machine and add my bra caps to the main fabric. So I'm just holding my bra cap fabric down with my thread and needle. Okay, so I'm just marrying the two together. I'm just stitching them, pasting them together like so. So once that is done, just go ahead and then attach this to your corset. Okay, so slowly and steadily go ahead onto your machine. Okay, just like that. Slowly follow the curve, attach it as slowly as possible. Do not manipulate anything, just let it flow freely. Okay, let it flow freely, and keep joining that slowly and steadily like that. Okay, so we are done with that. Let's move to the next step. So this is my corset. My cap is joined to it, also my lining. Now we'll set that aside, and then we'll move to our yoke. Okay, so like I said, the tutorial is on the channel. Check that out, the drafting. So for the back neckline, for the back keyhole, I'm just going to fold in over twice and sew. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for the front neck as well. I'm going to fold the neck over twice, a 1/4 inch twice. Okay, and then sew that on the wrong side. So once that is done, okay, I'm going to join the back and the front by the shoulder and by the sides. Okay, so and then we'll go ahead and attach this. So I'm done with that. I'm done joining my front and back yoke together. Now it's time to attach this to my main corset. Okay, so I'm assembling this. I am just matching the sides together, and then where my back panel is supposed to stop. So wherever however you drafted this, make sure you try and then fix your yoke as you have drafted it. Okay, so I'm just going ahead to join my main panel and my lining together, and also sandwiching my yoke in between those two. Okay, so I'm just sewing by 1/2 inch. Once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and create a top stitch on the lining. Okay, so I'm done. It's left with my top stitch. Okay, look at how beautiful it came out. Okay, so just go ahead and top stitch slowly on your lining fabric. Okay, okay, so guys, this is it. This is our corset now. Okay, this is it. It looks nice, it looks beautiful. Next is to attach our sleeves to this. I'm going to sew 1 inch because that's the allowance I left, and then do the same thing to the other sleeve, and I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the bottom side. So the next thing here is to bask our corset. Okay, I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to basket. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and arrange everything. I'm going to align all my seams. I'm going to align the back and the front. I'm going to make sure everything is aligning perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to do some pinning, and then once that is done, I'm just going to create the shape that I want. Okay, so we're done with the basking, and this is how the corset looks. Okay, I'm just going to remove my pins. So guys, next thing is to go ahead and then use the corset, okay, to create your shape, okay, for the skirt. All right, so I'm just pinning, like you can see. I'm just matching the sides together. Make sure the waist panel for the front is the same as the skirt waist panel. I mean, there's the measurements you used to draft the waist. The waist was 30, okay, minus 2 inches, remember, so it's 28. So that is what I use to draft the skirt for the waist. Okay, for the waist I use the same um measurements I use for my corset to do this my waist as well. Okay, so not forgetting your zip allowance at the back. Okay, so I'm just going ahead to deepen this out. I'm going to cut and add 1/2 inch to this, okay, to the basque for my waist as well, so that that will serve as my sewing allowance. All right, okay, so if you want to see a tutorial on the skirt part, I did not film, but anytime I am making this type of corset that you join to the skirt, I'm going to make sure I film that for you guys. So if you want it, let me just know. So I'm just going to attach this from the middle to the side to the back panel, and also I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So I'm just going to, after sewing one side, I'm going to turn over and then sew this to the other side, matching my waist panels together. And then also here I'm going to fold in my allowance, remember, so we'll have our zip allowance to add our zip to it. So yes, that is it. Okay, I've held this down with a stitch, a basting stitch, okay, to hold the fabric and the lining fabric and the main fabric in place. Okay, so I'm going to attach my boning. I'm going to create the channels and attach my boning. Please make sure you do that before adding your bra caps to it. Okay, it's going to make your life a lot more easier. Okay, so I have added my boning. I made a stitch on boning in the middle part. I doubled the middle part and I stitched on, and for the other parts of the channels I used I'm going to use this one. I have a detailed tutorial on that, so make sure you check the tutorial out. It's a corset tutorial. It's in 4 parts. Okay, very detailed, so make sure you check that out. Okay, so I'm preparing my bonings. After that, I'm just going to insert them inside. Okay, so I have a tutorial on that, which is in that corset tutorial I'm talking about. It's very, very detailed. Yeah, so check that out. It will be in the descriptive box. Yes, so make sure you check that out. Okay, so after I'm done inserting my bonings, I am going to hold the lining down like I did for the skirt. Okay, so I'm just going to hold it down with my corset, and then I am done with that. So this is what the top looks like. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and attach this to my skirt, and then I'll come back and show you the next thing. Okay, so in attaching this, make sure you are careful, slow and steady. Okay, so I have, yeah, so I have my eyelets. I'm going to fix them here. Also, the eyelet tool is still available with the eyelet, the right size of eyelet. So I'm just going to join my skirt and put in my zip for the skirt as well, and also add my underlay to the back panel of the corset. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to come back. Okay, so this is how it looks with the zip attached at the back. Okay, and there is this vent created at the back here, and also, yes, so this is it for the back. I've already attached my eyelets, added my underlay. Okay, so everything is nice and neat like that. So guys, if you like the tutorial so far, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to begin my online class soon. Those who are interested, my number is in my about, or you can check in the descriptive box for my number. Check that out and give me a call so that I will fix you in one of my classes. Take care and have a lovely day. So make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell so you don't miss any video anytime I upload one. Take care and bye bye.